I've been thinking a lot over the last couple of weeks about how much of a giver I am, how much I like to please people, and how much going to all that effort actually impacts on my mental health. I really didn't have any idea until sort of a week ago, and basically I just need a therapy session, so that's what this is. This time last year I was in counselling and I was in a very anxious place, and we were talking about how growing up around a very anxious person who absorbs everyone else's stresses has taught me to do the same thing. And that was sort of something we brushed over and only talked about briefly in a few sessions. But now that's coming back to me because I am noticing so much how I take on everyone else's problems and try and fix them. The more I think about it, the more obvious it seems to me. But when you have realizations like this, it's also really refreshing because you finally understand what all this cloudiness in your head means, and hopefully I can try and fix something, which is great. A while back I made a video called something like Mental Block on Sadness, and I was talking about how I can't cope when other people are suffering. Like, my brain just shuts off and it's actually really triggering for me. I can't say that word seriously anymore because stupid people have ruined it, but okay. At the time of making that video, that was sort of the start of me sort of processing that. But now I feel super enlightened, and I'm realising the reason I find those things so distressing is because in those situations, all I ever have known to do is to take on other people's bad feelings and try and help them and make it better by literally taking their feelings away and putting them onto myself instead. Another example of this is when my partner has a deadline for uni and has left their work relatively to the last minute. I, at that point, have started to just step back and let them deal with the problem because it's not my problem, it is their problem. And although, like, it's my role as a girlfriend to be helpful and supportive and loving and stuff, the only way that I know to stop myself from taking on that stress and letting it affect my life and my mental health is to literally just step away and not be involved at all. I've been doing that quite a lot over the last 6 months, and I never really noticed it until I actually sat and looked back and realised why I was doing it. And I'm really happy that I've been doing it because it's maybe not the best coping mechanism, but it's a lot better than none at all, and just taking on people's stresses and all their problems and trying to fix them myself when it's actually none of my business. I'm really worried this sounds selfish, but in a way it is, and it's a good thing to be selfish. It's a good thing to put yourself first, and that's something I've always considered myself to be really good at. But over the last week or two, I've been reconsidering that. Maybe I'm not so good at that anymore and I need to practice it more. Every single interaction I have now, I am noticing how much I am trying to please the other person and how much I am giving, and how that I'm not getting what I need out of the interaction. I'm not getting what I need out of relationships, because for me it's so much about the other person that I don't think about myself. And that's not to say that other people aren't making an effort with me and aren't giving back to me, but it's that either I'm giving so much that I don't notice them doing it, or the amount of effort I put in, like, is so much that it literally dwarfs what they're doing for me. Having realizations like this is great. I love it. And now I have 18, 19, almost 20 years of behaviour to unlearn so that I can stop basically destroying myself by just giving so much and taking on other people's problems when I have my own shit to deal with. I am what matters in my life, and I tell myself that I know that, but is it actually ingrained in me? No, because my behaviour right now does not reflect that. But these realisations are good. It means I finally know how I can start improving my life, and I'm excited for that. Thank you all for standing in as my therapist today, and I will see you very soon. Bye!